Hey there, welcome back to Skirmish Miniature Gaming. It's Luke and Alan. It's going to be Deathwatch for L, trying out a slightly different list to go up against my Harlequins. I can never seem to get hold of Harlequins, to be honest. We'll see how it goes today. As I say, we'll be doing the Annihilation rule pack. We haven't got the one from LVO yet, I don't believe. Maybe by the time this comes out, it could be out, I don't know yet. But the other thing we got with LVO that has been released is an Elites rule pack for Kroot, Demons, Sisters of Battle, Jellipox Infected, Rogue Traders, and I don't think
Servants of the Abyss.
Servants of the Abyss, to give them like the Elites chapter options. Second battle report, as always, every week we try to get 2 battle reports out, one for YouTube and one for our members up on the Patreon page. So you can go and check that out in the link below, and it'll be at the end of the video. A little clip to tease it for you. It'll be Kroot versus Deathwatch up in the Patreon page. Definitely worth the watch. But otherwise, we hope you enjoyed this one. We won't leave you too long, and we'll see you there. Okay then, so the kill teams for today, Harlequins versus a Deathwatch, and it's going to be on the left hand side my Harlequins, gorgeously painted by Adam at Zeri's Painting as always. So I've got lots more options nowadays. I'm having to proxy a few weapons here though, so you'll have to stick with me. So the Harlequin troop leader is just going to be WYSIWYG, despite the weapons that he has there. Then we've got essentially every other model in the kill team except for these two. So we've got the Combat and the Zealot Specialist. They both have Harlequin Kiss and Shuriken pistols, which is what they're armed with there anyway, more or less. Then at the back there, a Veteran Specialist with Harlequin's Embrace and Shuriken pistol. All 3 other normal players there that aren't specialists have the same outfit, so Harlequin's Embrace and Shuriken pistol. Don't have enough Harlequin Embraces, which is why there's a couple of swords there instead of Embraces, but pretty easy to tell what's what. Then on to the Deathwatch, Al?
Yeah, everything's pretty much WYSIWYG except for the fact that at 100 points I couldn't afford the combi weapon on him, so he's going to have a bolt gun, my leader.
And then everything's
he's going to have a bolt gun and a Xenophage blade. And then a frag cannon. He's not a specialist because he's already got a big enough target on his back.
Yeah.
Black shield with the force shield and maul. I thought the maul would be useful against Harleys because it'll bring them up to 6 strength, which is probably double their toughness.
Yeah, nice, cool.
Comms guy at the back, he's an intercessor with an auto-bolt rifle, Auspex, and he's comms. And the Infernus heavy bolter
down at the back.
Space Wolf dude at the back there, yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Who is a heavy.
Should be an interesting game, I think. Okay then, so the map setup for today is, as you can see, so sort of old Aladari ruins, and then you've got some wild plants going on as well, and some desert rocks. These are by urbanmatz. This is actually the Warcry map from the starter set for Warcry. Just looks very Eldar-like, to be honest, I thought, and it goes well with the ruins and things. So yeah, it works nicely, and I'm looking forward to this one. So I think we'll go into a first up roll-off, but we're going to be doing mission type today, one of the Annihilation rule pack. So the mission is Raised Archive today. I rolled for it, so it was on a 4 out of 6. The deployment type is 6 inches in from lengthways, so we're actually going lengthways here this game. So 6 inches in from either side is going to be deployment. You can see that there is a number 4 there, you've got number 2 there, number 3, number 1. The numbers don't actually matter, but those are the 4 objectives for this game type. So Raised Archive, essentially it's the usual rules for Annihilation pack. The usual: hold 1 objective for a point, hold 2 objectives for a point, hold more than your opponent for another point. Can only score each a max of 3 times. Secondary objectives, we have 5 to choose from, 6 in total with the mission specific ones. So cut apart, engage on all fronts, recon sweep, proximity alert and high profile targets. I've put the numbered dice next to them so that we can reveal at the end from under our cups what we have chosen, or as the game goes on, which ones we actually achieve. Otherwise, the 6th one, you score straight away as soon as you do it. You can, I think it's find artifacts or something like that, I think it's called. For the 3rd one you can choose, or 6th one you can choose for your 3. So if you have a model within an inch of an objective at the start of the your round or movement phase, essentially you can choose for them to pretty much not do anything for that turn and just search for an artifact, and you gain a point, a victory point. Yeah, have a rummage. And then you gain a point automatically straight away, but they can't do anything except for fight in the fight phase, but they can't charge. So that's more or less it. We've both chosen 3 of those secondaries. You know what the game type is, so we'll go on to an initiative, or should I say a priority roll off here. Okay, so first priority roll, or should I say the only priority roll, 5 for the Harlequins, and a 4 for the Deathwatch. So I'll get to choose my side, and then Alan will have to deploy his model first. I shall choose this side. So it's 6 inches in here and 6 inches in from that side. I'll be that side, Deathwatch that side. Al will deploy his first model followed by mine, and we'll get into this one. Right then, so deployment is complete. The other thing I did forget to say is I'm taking Riddle Smiths with the Harlequins. So at the beginning of the fight phase, roll 2 dice, discard them, the highest result. My opponent cannot make hit rolls with that number on that dice. So can be good, can be really bad, but it's a bit more chance related. But we'll have to wait and see how that works. I do like the look of it, so I have used it before.
As Deathwatch, I have to nominate a data sheet, and obviously it's going to be players.
That is everything in my kill team, so that will be quite nice for you, actually.
I reroll wound rolls of 1
against everything in my kill team, basically. So, and then obviously you get your specific ammo at different points in the game. But deployment, we've got, as you can see, my leader's down hiding behind the back. We've got the 2 Harlequin kisses up at the top, the specialists. Everything else is lying down here. The Deathwatch are deployed kind of along the front as well. We've got specialists mostly on this side. You just got the, is that the launcher? It is, isn't it? Yeah, on this side. So
your favourite?
Yeah, my favourite. So yeah, well. Alright, so we'll get into initiative roll off then. So veteran specialist, I will spend a command point here to go down to 1 and move forward with the veteran 8 inches, obviously ignoring everything. Okay, so moving forward to there with the veteran specialist, and then we'll go into a roll off here. For battle round 1, here we go. No reserves for this game, so that's interesting. A 7 for me, and a 5 for the Deathwatch. So it's going to be Harlequin initiative, battle round 1. So making a charge here with the veteran specialist into these 2 behind here. So you're going to choose
I'm going to choose the heavy to use tactical disengagement and move as far back as he can.
So you get 6 inch instead of 3 inch flee, basically.
And he can still fire.
And you can still fire in the shooting phase.
And he can only do his 3 inch.
Yeah, so you can only do his normal
but
thing.
I would like to be within 3 inches of him.
There you go, so you're going to flee there as well.
So yeah.
Okay, interesting. So fleeing with both, but obviously use the command points that you can shoot later on with him.
Down to 1.
But I will still get to make my 3d6 charge. Also, at the start of the movement phase, should have said this before I do this charge as well.
You were declaring against both of them, yeah?
No, yeah, that's fine, yeah. But I'm within an inch here with this player, so I'm going to reveal number 6 and mine it for artifacts. So I can't move or shoot this phase with them, pretty much do anything with them, but I get a point straight away for that. And it does say straight away, so I'll put to a point there for victory points. Now I'm going to make a 3d6 charge with my Harlequin player. I'm going for those 2 there, see what we get. Oh, that is that an 11? 7, 10, exactly. Okay, we're going to have to, 10 didn't actually quite get me in there. I was way thinking I was going to get in, but definitely not. I need a 12. So I'm actually going to risk the reroll here for a command point. So we're going to go down to 0, so I'll remove that one. Yep. And we're going to try and go for it, because I need to get in, really. And that's 9, 10, 11. No, it doesn't do it. So I can either use the 11 move or stay put there. We're going to have to leave them there. Didn't quite make it. It was about an inch out. So, and I'll be out in the open if I throw him over there with the flamer there and everything. So it's not going to go well. So he's going to stay there. Okay, I'm going to advance my combat specialist for 3. We're going to jump straight down the back there and land almost on the objective with an advance. We've then got more players coming in from the back. The leader will just sit there and ready, keep those points nice and handy. Then we're just going to be tactical about this. Quinn is going to move to there, in behind, just tuck in behind there. As you can see, just in behind the ruin. Then we've got this Quinn here and the one on the top. So the Zealot will probably also advance. Oh, plus 6, that is a hefty 14 inches. The Zealot has jumped down all the way from the back there to this corner. And I've got the one at the back here, the normal player will advance as well for plus 6 again, so that's 14 for her as well. She has jumped down from behind here over to there to help out with that objective because she's within 2. That's it for the Harlequins, round 1. It's going to be on to round 1, Deathwatch.
So
advancing.
I'm going to advance.
With the launcher, yeah?
9.
9, since your assault anyway, makes sense. 9 will get you bang on that objective if you need to be. There we go, straight down the flank. Moving in on me. Scary that thing is. I hate him. So Black Shield's going to try and charge down the flank. Are you targeting both? So I have 2 models that can still overwatch but can't retreat because they moved. So it's going to be 2 on 6s into the Black Shield. Nothing for me there. So just the charge. Oh, probably getting in.
Yeah.
Straight into the middle there if he wants to. And that's that charge. Are you going to try and then get in with the leader?
And then the leader's going to charge just
the one on the other side, the combat specialist. So go for it. Oh, sorry. Didn't realise you were using. That's go for it. And a 5.
That's not going to do it.
Probably isn't, is it? So you're going to spend a point and try and re-roll this. 7 needed. Oh, an 8. Getting it again. So straight in there. Oh dear. So work for you. Nicely done. So the only one. So you've advanced here. They've obviously fled, but you spent the point to be able to shoot with him.
Because of the tactical disengagement.
So you will have that later. They've charged. Let's go into shooting phase. Okay, so using the frag cannon, yeah? So 2d6 because you're within 8. Also hitting. Oh, 6 shots, so average. And then you've got wounding, I suppose. And then you're going to be re-rolling 1s because players are all going to be your data sheet that you're targeting.
It's strength 6.
Strength 6, so it's going to be 2s re-rolling 1s.
Oh man, that's savage.
Oh, re-roll a 1. Oh, okay, so yeah, they're all wounds. What's the AP on that? Not
-1.
Actually, it's 4 up for me anyway, isn't it? So 6 4-up in ones, and I got no re-rolls. Oh, so I made 3 to be fair. That's average, I guess. So 3 went through. What's the damage per? Just 1.
Just 1.
So you've still only got 1 to try and kill him anyway. So you need a 4-up to take me out here. Oh, that's big. So you do take me down. Down I go there, and then it is on to, I think the only other shooting you've really got is the one because of the command point you spent. So you're going to go with the heavy bolter part because you're not in range with the flamer of the Infernus heavy bolter into my Harlequin here, my veteran specialist. There's no cover, you're in half range, so it's just 3s to hit.
Specs him.
So you're going to comms.
There's no need to war specs him because he's not in cover anymore.
No, yeah. So comms there, so +1's hit for 2s now. Nasty. Oh, did miss one though, and there's no re-rolling hit rolls.
No.
So it's 2s to wound, re-rolling 1s because you're using the Infernus bolt, or I think it is, isn't it? Something like that. The one where you wound on 2s. And then you're re-rolling 1s for it because it's a player. So both go through -1 AP, I think, for every bolter. Either way, it's 4-up invuln for me. Oh, I made 1 failed one. I needed to make one of those really. Okay, it's just flesh wounding again. I'm not within an inch of cover that you've shot me through anyway, so 4-up. Oh, flesh wounded and no rerolls, so I think I needed that. Okay, so no shooting for me this round, I don't believe. No, not that I can see. So that's all your shooting, because it's just charge models to resolve over there. Fight phase. Beginning of the fight phase, roll 2 dice, pick the highest for me. You can't roll to hit with that dice. A 5, so a 5. So sorry, it's discard the highest, pick the lowest. So the lowest was a 3. The 3 is going to be the one that you'll miss with. So any 3s you roll to hit with will miss and count as a fail, unless you've got any re-rolls.
The Black Shield.
Black Shield's going to go, you're going to go
into the combat veteran, I think.
Yeah, combat specialist. So you got 4 attacks here?
Yep.
Go for it. So obviously it's on 4s now, because you can't roll 3s to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. So you got 3 4s and 4 pluses anyway. Wounding. So 2s re-rolling 1s because of the data sheet. Oh, so 4-up, 3 4-ups from Harlequin. Oh, not to be done again. So unfortunate. It's going to be 1 flesh wound roll again. Is it 1 damage?
Yeah.
So 1 4-up to kill him. Oh my god, it does it again. So another player down, bites the dust. So then you're going with the Xenos Blade, who can pile in the leader into the last player there. See what you can do. So 3 attacks on 4s though, remember, because ignoring the 3s. It's yet to work yet, but okay. So 1 did work there. Wounding. What's the strength of that though? So you're looking for 3s here, because I'm toughness 3 and strength 4. Rerolling ones. Oh, against both wounds, doing well here. 4-ups needed, but I've got to re-roll any successful ones because you're using the Xenos Blade. They're both successful, so I've got to re-roll those. If I do this now... Oh! It was so close! 1 goes through.
1 damage.
So only 1 damage, so go 4-up. Oh, I'm alive on a flesh wound. Ouch. That's a big deal that I survived there. I'll tell you why later. Okay, so this is going to be 4 attacks back with the player, but I'm obviously flesh wounded, so it's going to be harder to hit. So this is 4-ups instead of 3-ups because I'm flesh wounded against the leader. Oh, brutal stuff. Okay, missing. It's Harlequins Embrace, so strength 4, toughness 4 for 4s. No! Oh, savage. Not a good round for the Quins at all. So here we go. Quins are going to have to take breaking first in morale, followed by some nerve tests. I have more models than I have left that aren't on flesh wounded or out of action. I have 4 flesh wounded or out of action and only 3 non, so that's more than half. Need an 8 or less, I fail, I'm broken.
Oh no.
This is going pretty terrible. So broken for the Quins, that's a nerve test for everybody on the battlefield. Okay, so I'm broken for the rest of the game now, but we don't need to take nerve tests because I've only lost 2 models and I can't fail nerve tests. That's how weird that situation is. So we're broken, but somehow we're okay. Okay, so we'll start with the Harlequin points because they got the less points this round anyway. I hold 1 objective, and I also found an artifact earlier in the battle round for a point. So that takes me up to 2. And then I got number 2 for engage on all fronts, which is my 2nd dice from under the cup, which Al just saw. So that means 4 different rectangles on the corners of the table. I have a Harlequin player here, 2 in that corner, 1 in that corner and 1 in this corner that aren't shaken. Get a point for that. So just about pulled that off, thank God. So that's 3 points for the Harlequins this round. Al will get 3, sorry, for holding at least 1, at least 2 objectives and more than me. So you'll get 3 points for those, and then I believe you got all 3 secondaries, so you're on 6 to my 3. Purely because Al got number 5, high profile targets, number 4, proximity alert, because he has 2 within 1 of mine. And then what was the other one, Al? Number 1 for cut apart, take out an enemy fighter with an attack action. So yeah, awesome stuff. 6-3 to the Deathwatch. That's a very good start for them. And the Quins are broken and looking pretty much a shambles. But we are in combat now, so that could be a big thing. And we're much closer to you to be able to make some charges now, which is where we can make things happen. So we'll do a roll off for initiative for battle round 2 out. A 6 for the Quins. Deathwatch 7. So the Deathwatch get initiative here. Battle round 2. So heavy bolter and furnace bolt has moved up just onto the objective there. Just help hold that down. So you're going to shuffle from more or less there, just back slightly, yeah. Just keep yourself within 2 of the objective, but far enough away. Just try and make my charges harder.
Just to make your charge a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. What's the bolt gun doing here, the auto bolter? The comms specialist. So comms specialist is just going to ready. Okay, so on to the Quins. First things first, I think we're going to have to mine the point there. So I'll go straight up to 4 points now. So I can't do anything with that Quin, but I do gain a point automatically. So that's the 2nd time I've scored that. The Quin behind here will obviously be making a charge into the launcher for 3 dice. Can't overwatch me. Okay, so 3 dice charge. That will be more than enough, and it's more than 10 inches. So I will be using the Blade of Gegarak, I believe it is, where if I make a 10 or more inch charge, I can spend a command point. And I get +2 attacks until the end of the battle round with that player. Okay, the Quin on this side shall then, so I spent a point with that, sorry guys, so I'm down to a point there. Then the Quin on this side shall also make a charge. He will target both the shield and the Xeno blade over that side for 3 dice on the charge. He will probably be getting in there. 9 was perfect for me just to jump into that gap there and face it off with the blade. Oh, it's going to be interesting now. I've got a couple of charge models off, and I'm trying as best I can to make them slightly more obsolete this round. The leader at the back might also have to charge here or do something creative. Let's have a think. The leader is going to make an advance move for +3, so I have 11 move. The leader has jumped from the back over to this side with an advance, just in behind the terrain there, so that I'm hidden. Other than that, it is into shooting phase. Okay, so the only target obviously for you here, I believe, is comms going over into my player here who is long range and obscured. What ammo type are you going to use? So Dragonfire Bolt, which means you ignore obscurity basically. Into the player,
so it's gonna be 4-ups.
Yep. Okay, so 2 shots on 4s here. Only the 1. And then wounding. So 3s re-rolling 1s. Re-roll that 1. Yeah, you got it. Wounding. We've got a 4-up invul now. No, not making it. Should I re-roll? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to leave it and just see if you get a. It's a 5-up though because I'm in cover with an inch of cover. So, oh, as if, oh, down goes the player. That's changed things a lot now. So down she goes. At least I managed to get the point and harvest that before I actually died, but that will now stop me
Nothing left for
probably.
you to shoot at now, so
Yeah, that's true actually, yeah, you can't see my leader, so it is just into combat. So we'll start over here, because I really want to get rid of this launcher. I'm on 6 attacks, because I was +2 with Blade of Gagarak. So it's going to be 6 attacks, but on hitting on 4s because of the flesh wound. More or less it, I think. Oh my life, that's terrible, not a single hit. Oh wow, so I was not expecting that, not a single hit. Over that side we've got the leader specialist going into your leader specialist, so that is 4 attacks. And oh yeah, sorry, start of the fight phase, 2 dice and pick the lowest. Okay, so 1s don't hit for you. Attacks for my leader, 4 attacks, and looking at 3s because he's not flesh wounded, hitting with all of them there. Sorry, it is the Zealot Specialist, so yeah, he has +1 attack as well, so it's going to be another 3-up. There we go. So that's 5 go through. So 3s to wound here, because of being Zealot, +1 strength after charging. So 3s to wound. That is, still not good rolling, is it? 2 go through, -1 AP, 2 4-up saves for the leader. Specialist. 1 goes through, good re-roll. So you're going to spend a point. Oh, it worked. So went a point, down to 1 left. The luck is just not with the Harlequins this game. I think we're kind of accepting our fate now, aren't we? The Riddlesmiths. So it is your initiative, Al. So that was that. Your first attack choice, which will probably be over that side somewhere before my model gets to attack here.
Yeah.
So Black Shield's going to go into my player that hasn't attacked with the flesh wound already. So 4 attacks, and it's going to be
strength 6.
Hitting on 3s first. Okay, so 2 hits, and then wounding on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of my data sheet. Oh, definitely wounding. 2 4-ups, come on, we need some of these. I'll re-roll 1, go down to 0, re-roll 1 for a 4-up. Yay, a re-roll worked. Okay, so we survived there. My attack's back. I'll go into the Xenophage Blade with that flesh wounded Harlequin. That's 4 attacks on 4s because I'm flesh wounded. 2 hits and 2 wounding on, that is an Embrace, which is strength 4, so 4s. Wounding with both, -3 AP.
Oh.
But you're, oh yeah, this is into the Xenophage Blade, so that is going to be a 6-up saves. So 2 6-ups for the leader specialist. Yeah, they're marine killers these are. So both go through, you're down to 0 wounds. 4 up to kill you. I need this something chronic. No! I had to spend the point to keep myself alive in the end. That's what I was saving it for, but I needed to keep myself alive instead. So he's flesh wounded. So Xenophage Blade's going to go into the Zealot. So 3 attacks. Yep, go for it. And hitting with all 3. Could you ignore the first flesh wound for transhuman physiology? Strength 4, I think you said, so that's going to be 3s to wound. Ooh, 2 wounds. Re-rolling it, successful invuln saves, 4-ups. Re-rolling. Oh, that weapon is just brutal, isn't it? Okay, so go for it. It's a single 4-up to take me out. No, flesh wounded. Okay, so morale phase then, that is combat phase done with. We'll work this out and then decide whether the game's worth carrying on here or not, because the Quins have just been demolished in this game. The luck's just not been with them either, has it? But it's going to be... I'm broken already, so let's just see for tests, because I have lost 3 models now, so it's possible for me to fail. I'm leadership 8. Here, it's going to be on a 6 I'll fail. Yeah, so shaken there. There on a 6 pass. On that side, I cannot actually fail because I have a support for each of them there, so they'll be fine over that side. She is shaken there, so that means that Elle would gain that objective. I think, hold that just about, and this one nobody holds. Okay, end of battle round 2. I am calling it for players, the Harlequins. We're still pretty hardy in morale, and we couldn't, I mean, this death here meant that I couldn't pull off the 4 corners for engage on all fronts. Didn't manage to get somebody into your half of the table, your deployment for recon sweep. Yep, I think that's the one. Luckily not too shaken on the battlefield, but Elle still, unfortunately, if I'd have done what clearly should have happened here with the +2 attacks and actually killed him, I would have held that objective and I would have had more than you, so that could have turned it around.
Still lucky.
Yeah.
You were not lucky that game.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is, isn't it?
I did tailor myself for Harlequin.
Yeah.
Killing, but
it's definitely
your luck was not with you.
It was mostly this here, like 6 dice, not a single hit was just, oh dear, not a single 4+. If I'd have got a 4+ as well, I think it would have been on 3s to wound. He probably would have gone down because it's -3 AP with the embrace.
Oh, I expected to be saying goodbye to him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even manage to take out a model, I don't think, in the end. Just a savage game for the Quins. And in reverse,
Flesh wounded one.
Flesh wounded the leader, yeah. But the Deathwatch had decent enough rolls to be able to perform, I guess. But then, yeah, you did tailor it to beat Harlequin, so I won't take that away from you all. It was nicely done. Yeah, it's been a nice. It was an interesting game. This move here was what I was planning for battle round 2, and that just completely backfired on me. Would have liked maybe another Harlequin to have survived that round. I think on average I would expect to lose a player a round maybe. But we're going to follow up this game, folks, with, you'll get to see a little trailer in a moment, up on Patreon. We're going to try, if you haven't heard, as we said in the intro, the new LVO rule pack is coming out with new rules for the White Dwarf factions and Sisters of Battle as well, where they actually get their own elites rules now. So, you know, when you get to choose your chapter type, that kind of thing, they all get to choose that now, including Kroot, my favourite faction, finally get more rules. Will it make them better? Probably not, but you can come and check it out, and Patreon members can enjoy that.
Anyone who's watched a lot of our videos will know that when we have our little tactic chats at the end, I've always been saying that I should try Deathwatch with more boys, less toys. So I've got 3 standard Beaky Bolt Marines, and I'm going to add in them for the next game. So
just to see how that works.
Finally get to see if
and it's perfect coming up against the Kroot as well, because Kroot are always going to have numbers. But it's going to be another 100-point report, just like this one. Competitive play. We'll do another Annihilation rule pack game on the other table setup. I'll be, like I say, taking the Kroot, and we'll take one of the new elites options for them. Looking forward to that one. Do join us for that on the Patreon page, guys, and we always need the support. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks all for that game, and happy skate machine. Hi there, hope you all enjoyed that video. If you'd like to watch the battle report showing now, as can be seen at the bottom left, just click on the Patreon symbol here to sign up and gain access, and also to our vast library of already exclusive videos. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button below the video and make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when any new content is released. Please also throw a like on the video and head over to our Facebook page for all the latest info on Skirmish Miniature Gaming. You can also access all of the things mentioned down in the links in the description below. But for now, happy skirmishing.